on Abu Bakr's lips. I'm humbled by the presence of Kausar, his beloved wife, and Arabia, who is 1 year old tomorrow. Their fortitude in coming here to be with us as we remember our dear brother and his sister, Sabr, well named. Sabr is what we of course need. His family's presence here, and we've just come from the Lam Lane Mosque, where his father and others are, is, I think, a very important thing, because as I said to Kausar this morning, we will never forget Abu Bakr. In 28 years on this earth, he left a huge footprint, as anyone looking at the internet this morning can see. Some men will live 78, 88 years and not leave anything like such a footprint with their lives. We will never forget him, but we must pledge here in front of each other and in front of God that we will never forget Kausar and Arabia too. We must all be her brothers and sisters. We must all be this child's uncles and aunts, and we must all be there for the family in this and in very difficult days that will no doubt lie ahead. I first met Abu Bakr when he was a teenager. He always looked like a teenager to me. In fact, I used to treat him as if he was my own son. To the extent that the last words that I said to him, just across the road from here, were, "I love you," because I used to tell him that I loved him all the time. Because to me, having known him as a teenager and seen his dedication to the cause against the war in Iraq, against the war in Afghanistan, for the freedom of the Palestinian people, seen him marry and become a father, I felt that kind of a relationship with him. When I arrived back in Bradford, he put everything aside, business plans, and together with his wife and his daughter, spent every day and every evening that I've been here on the campaign trail, in this campaign. I lost count of the number of times I kissed this baby over the last couple of weeks. They were ever present in the campaign, and many of you were working with them. But on the second day, Abu Bakr came dressed casually, and without criticizing him, I asked him where his lovely suit was, because he looked so nice in it. And I noticed that every day after that he wore that suit and was wearing it when I left him on the hospital trolley in Bradford Royal Infirmary last evening. This is the kind of boy that he was, kind of man that he was. A man of grace, a man of truly Islamic manners and etiquette, a gentleman in every sense of the word, a man who conducted himself in a way that was a credit to his family and to his deen. A man who never let the side down. A man who could always be counted upon. And a man, as I say, that we shall never forget. There are only two other things that I want to say. The first is that Abu Bakr always had a smile for everybody. And this is a reminder to us, as in fact we are required to do, but few of us do, to have a smile for everybody. And that smiling face is one I think that we will all remember the rest of our days. Remember too that, as was proved here yesterday, we must behave as if every day might be our last day, because one day it will be our last day. And I thank God that the last words I said to Abu Bakr were loving words. And how regretful it would be if your last words to someone were harsh words, or unthinking or careless words. So remember that too, those of us still here, to treat others kindly and with a smile. And my last point is this. We suspended our campaign yesterday because we wanted to honor our brother, and because we were so shocked it would have been difficult in any case to continue. But Kosar told me in the hospital, in the presence of our late brother, outside his room, that it was my duty immediately to return to the campaign that Abu Bakr lost his life in pursuit of. I'm not going to make any party political points beyond that, except to say that I agreed to honor her wishes because I was persuaded that these would indeed have been Abu Bakr's wishes, and that he would indeed have been angry with us if we in any sense stood down as a result of what had happened. This is a message that she not only reinforced by text this morning, but gave me named individuals that I had to convey this message to, and that the best tribute those of us who are in this campaign could pay to Abu Bakr is to return to it, and with all of our strength and all of our sincerity, the strength and sincerity that he always showed us. Abu Bakr, we will never forget you. We will never forget your family that you leave behind. They are our responsibility now. Thank you all for coming. We have brought flowers that we're going to place at the site where Abu Bakr slipped away from us. I don't know if Ash, I think, would take over from here. I'm finding it a bit difficult to go on.
Can I just say a few words as well, please?
Yes.